merch in the description. Hey guys, it's the Gundam Boy, and today we're gonna be using the true bolter pistol. Move over other gyrojet weapons, the GOAT is here. And get out of here, Vito, you are a fake and you'll never be anything like the boy.
Oh, but Gundam Boy, I want a Space Marines bolter.
Go ahead, fire it.
See, this is a real man's.
Space Marine bolters would be just too powerful for our puny little hands, and oh, would you look at that? I'm being kidnapped by the blood. We have been begging for a bolter ever since the Jar Dominator pushed the Slugger's wheelchair over. Heck, even Urban Legends had a Space Marine chapter reference with that big ol' pauldron and the skull on it. But now we have a weapon to really finish that cosplay, and we truly have a real bolter among us. So why don't we take a look at this weapon's stats? Of course, if you'd like to get it for yourself, you can get it in the 40k warbond on the second page. Taking a look at its stats, it has a damage of 500, a capacity of 6, 325 recoil, ow my arms, fire rate of 150, it's rocking AP4, explosive, and it's one-handed. Now, something that they don't make clear about the bolter pistol is where the damage splits. It isn't all heavy pen, as it splits its damage between its ballistics and explosive. You have 325 bullet damage with a durable of 115, while the explosive is 175 with a pretty big outer radius. Now, looking at the bolter right off the rip, this is going to be one hell of a hand cannon to bring to the battlefront. So we should take a look at some of the weapon's weaknesses, because as simple as its design and function is, I still wouldn't trust people under level 50 to fire this gun near me. If you've ever played with a newbie using the eruptor, you'll understand. Ooh, ammo is not abundant with this one. You only have 6 shots and 5 magazines. Use this gun often in battles and you will often be out of rounds before the current breach even finishes. You'll always have to juggle what type of enemy is worthy of the bolt pistol's time. And I know exactly why people are gonna run out of ammo with this gun. Helldivers are very heavy on the trigger when it comes to weapons. Give us heavy pen and we'll mag dump it into a factory strider. Depending on the front you're playing on, I usually mark certain targets for death, like Alpha Commanders. So pick your favorite op and mark them. Die, Overseer, die! Then we gotta talk about how hard it is to control this gun. This thing kicks like a donkey, instantly flicking your Helldiver upwards. And you can see how high that recoil is by how far it kicks away from the middle, meaning you'll have to take very big pauses between shots if you're trying to go for something more precise. And God forbid you try to rapid fire this gun, because it is bouncy. The ergonomics, while not inherently bad for the typical heavy weapon diver, this has a ergo of 30, which means aiming can be a bit weighty, so compensate for faster or even smaller targets. Now, if ammo's an issue for you, well, there's already siege ready or even supply crutch pack, or you can beg from the resident supply pack user.
I do want to be his ideal woman. Then you should stop. But that's different from this. It's not different. You're gonna gain weight. I'll be fine. A bite or two won't make me fat. Hey, you're already fat.
But if you want to have more handling, there is the Borderline Justice passive, which provides faster reloading and even more recoil control than any other armor set can provide. Oh, and it absolutely does not close bug holes. Otherwise, a grenade pistol would be completely useless. We already have Doom and Gloomers saying that the bolt pistol is going to overshadow things like the Senator. We can't have it annihilating the grenade pistol on the way. Now, the playstyle of secondaries are pretty simple. Either it's made to shoot small ratty enemies or demolition and bomb everything. It's the reason why I don't really cover handguns that often. But the bolt pistol is like that one dog that would kill a rat, then try to go and kill an elephant. The category that I'd put the bolt pistol in is use in case of blank, only needing to be unsheathed on a select group of enemies. Each front has that type of enemy we really don't like heavy dead formations, flesh mobs, hive guards. However, good spacing is needed to both land consistent shots and to avoid tasting your own shrapnel. If you take the bolt pistol, you no longer have an option for shooting enemies up close, as it will knock you over and possibly screw you over, and it is able to face off with heavy units. However, it will actually take some time to land a knockout, but we'll have to save that for the individual faction breakdown because some of them are easier to kill than others. Starting on the bug front, the bolter pistol isn't actually a bad option for dealing with small crowd situations, specifically for hunters and scavengers, and all you'll have to do is make sure they're within the kill radius of its explosive, but anything with a higher health bar is going to require more direct hits. What the hive guard doing over here? I guess someone's got to terraform. It's like all the bugs having a stroke today, because this one's just attacking dirt. Enemy units like Bile Spears take a one shot if you get them in the mouth. Otherwise, it'll take 2 on that noggin. Going up against the Alpha Commander, it only takes 2 shots to break the head, and it would take another round to put them down. And if the firefight gets too intense, drop a napalm right on top of your enemies, and have a solution for enemies that get too close.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ! Now facing off with enemy units like the Charger, you will have to keep in mind his armored points, because durable damage is a bitch, and it will cut a good portion of the weapon's damage, as its matching armor pen, and a good portion of its body has high durable ratings. So if you don't have access to the ass of the Charger, you'll have to either spread ammo into its back or its leg to break open that flesh, which may work in a 1v1 against a Charger, but facing off with two of them will be way more difficult. Ow.
Oh my gosh, you got sandwiched. Oh no. Oh.
He's humping me. It's one of those fights where it's a yes, you can kill it, but then I think it's way easier to kill a Bile Titan than it is to kill a Charger. Aiming for the balls of a Bile Titan should only take 4 shots to break it, disabling its ability to spit. However, it did take about 12 extra rounds to the butt to be able to finally finish it off, which is a lot easier said than done when you don't have enemies rushing your legs. And while it is easier to shoot a Bile Titan that hasn't lost its spew sac because it aims for such a long time, it still would take about 19 shots to the head to kill it. Now, moving on to the bot front. The automatons are going to be massively afraid of this gun. Now, we all know bot troopers will die in one shot of this weapon, but even enemies that are higher up in the chaff, like the berserkers, take only 2 shots to kill. Assuming you're not aiming for the head, it is a consistent 2 shot to the body. The health pool of a berserker is very similar to something like the Devastator, which means they're also going to die within 2 shots of the bolter, which applies to their variants. Heavy devs can't even block the first shot, breaking open their guard, allowing you to finish them off, making it a very powerful counter against Devastators. And while that's cool and all, I really like it for killing Scout Striders because I fucking hate them. Now we have to absolutely talk about the Hulk, because unlike the Charger, it is way easier to kill this guy. You can break a lot of the parts on the Hulk pretty quickly, like his legs or just disarming him. And since we all know the Hulk has only 250 health on his eye, it means you have a very easy 2-shot kill to take him down. The overall health pool of a Hulk is much lower, making it way easier to counter. Now going up against something like a War Strider is where you really start to stretch this weapon to its limit, because the armor and the durable rating on this enemy is just too damn high, so it's best to aim for the leg joints. And if it looked easy to do, it's because I threw stuns at it. I needed something to hold it still. Now, it ain't a bad option for declawing a Factory Strider's chin guns, but for the love of God, if I catch you guys trying to kill the Factory Strider in the eye with this gun, I'm going to come over there and drop a 500 on you. If you're already this close to a Factory Strider, you might as well just aim for the belly. Oh, and if you're going up against gunships, it's a pretty good counter as long as you nail them twice in the wing. Then we have the Illuminate front, where the bolt pistol has a lot of opportunities to be used. Overseers are a pretty common enemy, especially with the way the factions are currently meshing together. Even if an Overseer directly blocks a shot from your bolter, the second round will always put them down. And flesh mobs, being a very annoying enemy on this front, are also heavily countered by the bolter pistol, only taking 6 shots to kill them. Got a bunch of pyramid heads rushing you down? Well, you can use the bolter pistol to counter them quite easily. It takes 2 shots to break the helmet and 1 more to put them down, or you could use an alternate weapon. Going up against the Harvester, it is a no-brain counter. All you need to do is point at them legs and fire. And since we're going up against a lot of sub-factions as of late, if you're going up against the Appropriators, bring an assault rifle or something to help counter snitches, as it's really not a good option. And since we're on the topic of Appropriators, let's talk about the Velociraptors, because the bolter pistol can do some insane setups before finishing off the enemy. Steps on how to cook a crab. Step 1. Shoot the head! Step 2. Shoot the pilot! It's just that easy, because if you destroy the head, you take down the Overseer's main protection, allowing you to kill the pilot directly. They can rush you as much as they want. They're setting themselves up to get murdered. You can even apply this combat to the Gatekeeper, as it has a very similar breakpoint on that noggin. Just make sure to actually hit the pilot, as they do have a very specific hitbox. And of course, everyone's favorite enemy, the Squeagle, goes down like nothing. You can utilize the bolter across a variety of battlefronts. Bugs, bots, and Illuminate all have a use case for this weapon. And while you can pick any armor passive and pair it with a lot of different gear, there's nothing that'll make it better than running it with the Cowboy's armor passive. I seriously would encourage that you try it out, as you have way less recoil to worry about, letting you land some crazy shots. Now, you still have to deal with the 30 ergonomics on the weapon, but having a faster reload and lower recoil makes this weapon a dream. Now, the bolt pistol is a great addition to the Helldivers armory. Now, we have a really powerful get out of my way option, but now in the form of a secondary, without having to annihilate the entire area with your ultimatum. Me personally, I enjoy using this weapon, and I don't think it'll be leaving my inventory for a hot minute. It's powerful, it's effective, and it is cool. But that's the end of the video. Be sure to leave a like, comment, and hype the video up so that other people can see it, and I will see you guys next time.